Okay, we were day 3 on our Disney treasure cruise, and today we went to the all-new Disney's kind of exclusive paradise resort called KUZA in Cozumel. And then, so we spent time there. We're going to talk about that today. Then we went back to the ship, talk about little activities we did. We had the Mickey's Color Party to talk about their signature event, and ended it with dinner at 1923. So stick around. That's what we're talking about today. So again, we went to the new Disney's kind of private paradise resort called Kooza, the all-inclusive resort. It opened, we were there in June of 2025, and it opened in April of 2025. So we were one of the few people that got to have this exclusive event. Got off the ship, and there was lines. And so if you haven't been off of the cruise ship to do an excursion, how Disney does it is they do it by character. So we were in the Goofy line, and we had a sticker that aligned with Goofy, and that was the line that we had to go into. We took an air-conditioned bus. It took about 15 minutes to get to the resort in Cozumel. We got to the end of the resort, and then we had to take a tram to the actual resort. And the tram took another maybe 5 to 10 minutes at most. Beautiful, kind of over a bridge called the Jungle Bridge. The resort was very, very clean. Right away you saw it was very clean, felt very safe. It had a couple different areas. There was the all-access area, which you got to have chairs with that, but you paid for the extra things like the kayaks and the other activities you would pay extra for. But it had chairs, and it had a chill beach zone, and then it had a family beach zone. Seemed like there was plenty of chairs throughout the day, no issues there. There were multiple times that you could choose from on the Disney Cruise Line to go to this resort. We were I think the second one at 9:15 a.m. And we got like 4 hours there. So there were life jackets and lifeguards as well on duty. And that was the area, that all access area was closest to what I would say would be the restaurants and restrooms. Then you were taken, if you had the VIP access, which Jackson and I did have, you had to have a special sticker, if you will, special card. And we got to go towards secure, basically it was just a roped off area that you got your own bed, exclusive bed with 2 chairs as well. And you had waiters bring in your all access, all included drinks to you. That area was very, very nice. Again, you had your own kind of floaties area. You had your own waiters. The waiters came around about every 15 minutes and offered you drinks and food. So the customer service was fantastic. You did not have to tip at the time. We did tip at the end, but you did not have to tip as you went along. With that VIP access, then you got 2 premium drinks, and then you got their kind of house drinks. So if you wanted a premium tequila, for example, in your margarita, you were allowed 2 of those per person for your VIP. Otherwise, you would get their house tequila for the margaritas, for example. So some differences. So again, we kind of had, I would say the VIP area was more quiet. It was more calm. We were out in the water you didn't have people kind of surrounding you all the time. Now, the all access area did not look that crowded either, if I'm being completely honest. It definitely seemed like you had plenty of area. But you kind of had that more, I would say, exclusive experience. You could kayak, that was included in your VIP. There was a clear boat starfish tour that you could go see starfish. The all access area had more music. There was no music at this one, but you could hear the music. You were allowed to use the bikes, and all of that was included in your VIP access area. Probably the one thing I would say, though, it would have been nice if there had been a closer bathroom. You did have to go outside the roped area to use the restroom. It was fine. It was very clean. But just keep that in mind that you have to kind of show your access badge again to get back into the access area. Totally fine, but just know that. So again, if you have kids, there's a playground area for them to do the playgrounds. There's games like a bag toss and Jenga, different games like that. And they were kind of Disney-fied, for lack of better words. Like the bag toss had the Disney Cruise Lines ships on the bag toss itself. So Disney had its hint of branding, for lack of a better word, which was kind of nice. On the Jenga, it said Disney Cruise Line. So that was also, like I said, kind of cute as well. Then if you wanted to use the buffet, which we did, and the buffet was very, very nice. It was open air restaurant. So it was a lot, even though it was like 100 degrees, it felt very cool. It felt very, very comfortable. The food was very good. It had nachos and kind of your Mexican flair enchiladas. It had salads. It had fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, fresh fish. That was very, very good. So like I said, the buffet Jackson and I thought was very good. And then you could get different juices and sodas and all that brought to your tables as well. After that, then we did have a little bit of a glitch. The tram took a little bit of time. I don't know if there was a mechanical error, but while we were waiting for the tram, we all met at our meeting place who was in our group. It was very hot and the tram was running behind. So they brought us all waters. They kind of got some games going. I mean, it was maybe about a 45-minute wait. But again, the customer service, you can't help sometimes glitches like that. The customer service was fine, or was great as far as we were concerned. Then we took the tram back to the bus stop, and then the bus took us back to the cruise ship. When we got back to the cruise ship, we had to have the all-inclusive ice cream, of course. So if you don't know, Disney Cruise Line has included ice cream, and they usually have a flavor of the day. Then they have chocolate and vanilla, and that is by the pool area. Then, of course, if you want more hard scoop ice cream or sundaes, you can get those you can pay for those extras. It was time to get my hair done because, again, spent some time at the beach. So I went to the Untangled Salon, and so cute. So as you can imagine, the Untangled Salon is themed after the Tangled movie for Rapunzel. Super cute. I mean, it had, all the theming from the movie. Even the mirror to hold up was the pan that she would use to whack her prince with. So just the little details was so cute. And so I went to the Untangled a couple times during that week, and customer service was fantastic and just really fun from a theming standpoint. Then it was time for the Mickey's Color Spin Dance Party, which was their signature event that evening. Super fun. Basically, it's songs that you want to sing and dance to, that everybody kind of can know. So all the main characters are there as well as some other dancers, and that's basically what it is. They have kind of fun colors, certainly fun for your kids. Would we go back again? Maybe. I mean, like I said, if you just want to have a fun, quick 20 minutes sing and dance along, super fun, and we enjoyed it. So yeah, probably would, but is it something that is can't miss? In my opinion, no. You could miss it if you wanted to, but if you have kids, or certainly if you like to sing along, go. It's really super fun for an evening event. Then we had dinner at 1923, and the way 1923 is when Disney, Roy Disney, and Walt Disney kind of created Disney, if you will, Walt Disney. And there was two different restaurant sides, Roy Disney and Walt Disney. We were seated on the Roy Disney side. And basically it's Imagineers and their drawings for different movies. And it's beautiful. In my opinion, I love Marvel. That's our favorite restaurant when it came to theming. But if I had to choose kind of that restaurant that I would want to go back to more than once, it would be 1923. It is a steakhouse. The steak was fantastic. Everything was cooked so good. Did have the signature dessert and the hot fudge sundae. Jackson and I shared those, and those were fabulous as well. I ordered a glass of wine. I wish I had ordered the flight. Our neighbor mates, if you will, had ordered the flight of wine, and it just looked so good. So pro tip, I would, for the price point, try the flight of wine. And they really were very generous portions as well. So that was really, really good. And we ended the night then with our desserts. And some music at the other restaurants, and just had a fabulous time. But would we go back to the KUZA? We would. We would absolutely go back. Very, very nice resort I would consider better than most all-inclusive resorts. Everything you need and want there, and super close. So hopefully you enjoy this. If you want to know more about what we've done on the Disney cruise, take a look at this last video.